tight hips. No matter how often I stretch or how often I foam roll, they just never seem to loosen up. That is probably one of the most common complaints that I hear from clients over the years. There's a couple reasons for that. Just because a muscle feels tight doesn't mean it's actually restricted. It could be, but it's not always the reason. So if the tissue is not actually restricted, then stretching isn't going to really help it, okay? But your muscles can feel tight for lots of reasons. Sometimes it's because they're compensating for something or they're overworking, okay? If that's the case, again, you can stretch it all you want, but it's never going to loosen up. You need to have someone who understands mechanically what's going on in your body so they can figure out why your hips are actually tight. That's step number one, the correct diagnosis. What is the reason for the tightness? Is it actually restricted tissue? In that case, yeah, stretching and foam rolling. And then in our office, we love to use regenerative therapy, shockwave and EMTT to get blood flow and actually create physiological changes in your tissue to help that chronic tightness. It's actually a problem in the tissue to help it heal, and then you'll start to see results from your stretching and your foam rolling faster, okay? And it will actually last. But if that's not the reason for the tightness in your hips, it could be, like I said, you could be compensating for something. A weak core or a weak pelvic floor can absolutely put added strain on your hips because your pelvis might be struggling to stay in a neutral position. If your core is weak, your hip flexors along with your lower back will be two areas that will really try to help kind of stabilize your pelvis because your deep core and your pelvic floor aren't doing the job, right? So there's a host of reasons, but the key is figuring out why. Because if you keep stretching a muscle that's not actually tight, you're not going to get anywhere. And you could actually aggravate it even more. Just some things to think about if you are someone who has chronically tight hips and you feel like you've tried everything and no matter what, they never seem to loosen up. There's something missing. Talk to a mechanical pain specialist. If you're near us, we can help. We are mechanical pain specialists. We know how to evaluate the entire body and figure out where the root cause is coming from versus just chasing symptoms. So if that's you, don't do it anymore. There's better ways. Dr. Carey signing off. I hope you guys are having a great day.